So Brooke, I approached you about participating in what we call the HerAdvisory board, and that is, I lead that along with two other folks that are actually outside of the community. In your case, you had a gentleman, Joel, and a female entrepreneur, Allison. Allison's background is in venture capital, which initially, I don't know what you thought. You're like, oh, you're matching me with a venture capitalist. Like, I'm not trying to raise money. What's going on here, right? And then Joel, who has so much business experience as well in a variety of businesses. He's been in many businesses. So when you first, let's talk about that first meeting when you sat down, and then kind of what you got over the course of those 3 meetings.
Sure. I think my first impression was that I was actually so excited to have people from different walks of life, because regardless of what type of businesses they were in, they had just extensive amounts of experience in multiple fields, and they had life experience. So Allison, for example, is a relatively new mom. She has a toddler, and I have an 8-month-old. That's an amazing thing I've been able to draw on from this community, is mothers and how on earth to journey through this. But so she had that unique perspective of being a mom apart from business, but also the added value of having run businesses and looked at all sorts of business plans, being an adventure capitalist. An adventure. It's an adventure.
It is, yeah.
Adventure capitalist.
It totally is. I think we should actually rename it, because I like that better.
Oh, whoops, slip. Okay. And then Joel, just having had the experience in multiple fields and been around for a really long time, and he even has grandchildren. So being that my business is working with kids, it was interesting to get their perspectives on what a business like that should look like and how it should run and what the value would be to them. And then you intimately knew my business, because I've essentially grown my business within Hera Hub for the past 4 years. So to have all of your inputs was just was so unique, and it really, again, because you guys were able to take the emotionalism out of it, it changed the course of my business, and it's very exciting.
Also, if you don't mind highlighting on that, what were 1 or 2 of the pivotal decisions that were made through that 3 months?
I know that being in a business, you have to know what a sales funnel is, but to really flesh that out and brainstorm it and write it up on a whiteboard and cross off ideas that aren't going to work and put them in the order of, of what your sales funnel should look like. That's just not easy to do by yourself without the objective perspective of outsiders who have your best interest in mind, I should say, because there are plenty of people who are ready to give their opinion but don't necessarily have your goals in mind. So the sales funnel was unique, and then just ideas of services to offer that I never would have thought of. One very important aspect being that I think as a business owner, we don't give ourselves enough credit. So I wasn't even really a part of my own sales funnel of being able to add all this value to my own business and be the hottest commodity within my own business, and being, modest and always thinking about the business. I never thought of how to include myself in being one of the higher ticket items. And so I have a much clearer vision on what I have to offer to my business, and not, my business sort of running me. That's another, you guys taught me how to run my business and work on my business. I've really been working in my business, hoping to work on my business the whole time, but have just not ever really gotten to that point. And you all helped me kind of flesh out how to logistically get there.
Absolutely. Yeah. And what I saw, which is like a lot of entrepreneurs, is you say yes to a lot of different things and opportunities, and to your point, you get into a certain point, you're like,
yes,
right?
Yeah, and then it's like you almost like you get to the top where you can breathe, and then you do it again. It's this vicious like entrepreneurial cycle of, oh, now that I feel so free, I'll take on 20 different things again. And it's like this cycle of abuse to yourself. And so I think to really like finally have not just my immediate vision in mind, but you all help me almost get like a 20-year vision in line. I don't feel like I need to take on all of these erroneous like things that don't contribute to that overall vision. It used to be just like a 1-year vision or a 5-year vision, and I would feel like I need to take on other things to get there. Now I have a very clear vision of what the big picture looks like. So simplifying was kind of like my overall mantra, because now that I'm a mom, that's something that I really value and desire to be, and I want to have time for that. And you have to have some simplicity somewhere in your life to be able to balance all of that.
Yeah.
Which is, that's the whole goal, be a turnkey sort of operation and get things duplicatable and manageable, and so it's not running you. And it's a battle and a balance, and you need people in your corner who can help you do that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think what I heard a member say recently, and oftentimes I'm just so moved by the perspective that people bring me in my own business, frankly, and I'm sure you felt that as well. This connotation of you shouldn't have to do it alone, right?
Yeah.
And this is very much the mentality, I think, the American mentality, right? The Wild West, and I'm the cowboy running out on by myself, And I think we forget, though, it's such a simple concept. Like, you shouldn't have to do it alone.
Right.
But when you're launching a business and you're working out of your spare bedroom, right?
Yeah.
I mean, how many times do you feel alone in those environments and like, I just wish I could talk to somebody and get some perspective?